It is. No,
Okay, so this is my last video post for Omnivore's Dilemma, and I wanted to summarize the book, talk a little bit about cause and effect, and then also a call to action. So the first thing I wanted to summarize it. It's basically, I mean, I really enjoyed this book. It was my favorite one that we've read so far, and even the title intrigued me from the very time the first time I saw it on our syllabus. I was excited about reading it, and it went above and beyond what I thought it was going to do. The author really went in depth about how we as omnivores have so many choices, how we have a plethora of choices, throughout, when we're asked what do we want to eat, because we have the options, to eat, where we are, we are vegetable eaters and we are fruit eaters, and then we have the enzymes in our stomachs that break down meat. And, we have the ability to cook things from the point of being poisonous to, being able to digest it. And so it's just awesome how he goes in and out through everything, from, I wrote in my paper, like he goes from farm to industry to supermarket to fork or whatever. He just goes through all these different avenues, but where food travels from and to, and how we end up with it, and how, like, even our organic food is not even organic because of, if it's organic and it's made, or, it's grown or raised in Idaho and you want it in California, by the time they ship it to you in the crates, it has diesel fuel all over it, or it just has, it's been through the ringer. And so it was just awesome. It just gave me a totally new outlook on food in general, and so I really enjoyed this book. The cause and effect I want to talk about is on page 295, and the author writes, "The good things to eat and the bad is second nature. And while our senses can help us draw the first rough distinctions between good and bad foods, we humans have to rely on culture to remember and keep it all straight." And so I just want to talk about the cause of us knowing, what's good for us and what's bad for us, leading to the effect of what our culture deems as good and bad. So sometimes, we know, eating off the ground, for instance, we always teach children, don't pick that up, don't eat that, don't put it in your mouth, because we know, that can lead to you getting sick, or, it's just, it's something that we don't do in American society. We don't eat off the ground because we feel like, it's dirty, or it's going to get us sick, or things like that. And so one thing led to another, basically. The cause, it was us, not eating off the ground because we know it's bad for us. But then our culture, looks at it like as a bad thing because it is bad for us. So that's really cool and interesting. And so I wanted to call to action something that I read on page 371 and 372. The author writes, "In deciding whether or not to ingest a new food, the omnivore will happily follow the lead of a fellow omnivore who has eaten the same food and lived to talk about it." So this kind of ties into what I just said, but I just wanted to call to action. Like, how many times have you went to a restaurant because someone told you, "Oh, this was actually really good," or, "Oh, I went to, Joe's, it was great. The food was great, the service was great," and yada, yada, yada. And so I wanted to not, suggest that we don't follow the leads of others, because sometimes, somebody could refer you to a place and it's great and it's delicious, or they can give you a recipe and it's awesome, it's the best thing you ever ate. So I don't want to, it's completely say stop, doing that. But sometimes just take a second look. My call to action here is just take a second look at when people, refer you somewhere. Make sure you look a little bit deeper into it and just actually take a step back and, take a look at what's on the menu, how it's cooked, how fresh it is, really look at the food, really go into the omnivore's dilemma.